ancestors. Collars fell over. Was it the spinach? Oh, my ancestors. Let me put everything on the, let me just put everything on the, that was the cucumbers. Oh, no. Let me put everything on the floor. Let's set everything on the ground. Thank you, ancestors. I was at home to see this. I came home, everything would have been on the floor. Do you hear me? Oh, bless you. Oh, no. And you had new babies coming up. Thank the ancestors. I had just went and bought this 2 bags of salt. Cucumbers just flew off the shelf. It's a little windy out there. I feel like going outside to read now. And the wind just blew cucumbers off of the shelf right there. Thank the ancestors. I was at home. Everything probably would have blown off if I wasn't here. That wind is picking up out there. But I just made it back. Getting 2 more bags of soil because everything's sprouting. My containers ain't even big enough. My container's not big enough. Yep. Thank the ancestors. It's working. It's growing. We got collards growing, spinach, squash. We got some garlic growing over there. Cilantro still ain't did nothing. I might have to repot it. But yeah, it's beautiful. Yes. Good day, family. Wow, I'm going to have to come up with something. Oh, I forgot one. Now I know I'm going to have to get something that's going to hold them down. I'm going to have something to hold them down, hold them in place so they don't just blow all over the place. You have to put some more soil on top of this. Yeah, my containers are not big enough. They're not deep enough. That's what it is. So I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, at least 6. Got to have the 5 gallon. Oh, wait. Wow, there was the cucumbers, but I can save them. All I got to do is put them in some new soil. And good day, family. It's good to see you. We got to wait on one more person at least. So let me do what I need to do right fast. And get your water. If that's what you need, get you some water, your tea. Maybe I'll get me a tea bag. I ain't had no tea in a few days because it will dehydrate. Give me a cup of tea too. Sometimes I'll lay off of my tea so I don't run out. And also cause it's saying to make me more thirsty. I be real thirsty sometimes. When I drink a lot of it and stuff, so that's neither here nor there. Probably ain't even the tea. Yep, I got a couple more bags left, y'all. From Lemonade. Yes, Lemonade. Go to lemonade.com and order your tea. Your affirmational tea is very beneficial. A sip of peace. I am capable of thriving. I am growing. I am glowing daily. I accept peace. I am focused. I love seeking knowledge. I embody pure energy. I nourish the souls of others. I am aligned with harmony. I attract new opportunities. I uplift and inspire those around me. I trust my journey and I embrace growth. I radiate confidence and strength. I got mine's laminated. I just got my scotch tape, honey, and I laminated the box. Yeah, and this right here this is Health Glow, I believe. I need to get me something and mark it on here. But it has parsley, cilantro, turmeric. It's really wonderful. And then you scan that little code right there and you'll get a daily dose of affirmations. Lemonade. Yep, it's got ginger root, turmeric root, parsley leaves, and cilantro leaves. And it's beautiful. And all over it's got affirmations, y'all. On the inside, I am stronger than my challenges and wiser with every experience. I honor my journey, trusting that every step is leading me forward. I am resilient, capable, and in control of my own peace. I release what no longer serves me and embrace what fuels my growth. I am committed to my well-being, mind, body, and soul. And then look on the inside. Ain't that beautiful right there? This one right here, this moment is yours. It's on the inside of every box. Think, visualize, believe, plan. Set your intention by completing the sentence below. With every sip, see it, feel it, and step into it. I am so happy and grateful now that I'm where I want to be. Yes. Well, yeah, it's a growth thing. I have to grow too. This is all new to me. But yes, lemonade, LYNNMONADE. Think, visualize, believe, and plan. And it smells so good. Yes, but it's good to see y'all. I wasn't sure if I was gonna make it on today because I had to go get some soil. I had to run out and get some soil because everything is sprouting. Ooh, I wish I could collect some of that rainwater. I'm gonna find a way, maybe get some little miniature slides and hook them up to my patio. And any little raindrop gonna fall in something. A cilantro or a cucumber or a squash or something. I'm just saying. Be sure and leave form and said check your state where you live at, because some states you can't even collect rainwater anymore. You cannot collect rainwater anymore. Some states you can't even have chickens anymore. So check, where you are and stuff, so that you will at least be abiding by the rules. And so I wasn't sure if I was gonna make it on today and stuff, but I went to get some big buckets, but they didn't have any where I went. And I didn't have the money to buy them and stuff. But what I can do, I'm going to go ahead and do it. Cover them up. The zucchini that's in that root bag, it's almost taller than the bag. I wish we was outside. They're almost taller than the bag. I'm just going to cover them all the way up. And I got to go somewhere and probably just buy some buckets or something. Maybe hit up some more thrift stores and stuff. I need buckets. Yeah, so start out, just get you some 5-gallon buckets also, so that you'll be prepared. But we're going to read today. We're trying to finish this book also, Dr. Claude Anderson. Dr. Claude, we're trying to finish this. Hopefully we'll finish it today. Depends on my reading. If I'm reading well, we might finish it. If not, it'll definitely be tomorrow. But I know tonight is our last reading of Property, concerning white women and their role in slavery, particularly one Manon Gaudet and her husband, the master, which he was murdered. He was killed. He was just. He received his justice due for everything that he did. But she's still alive and looking for Sarah and stuff. We'll finish that tonight. We're on the end of that. And I just been trying to finish this right here, but so much has come up. And I don't want y'all to think you have to be here with me during my journey and stuff. I appreciate the push. And the ancestors, we appreciate your presence and your patience. But we all have a purpose to do. We all got a purpose to do, whatever it is. And whether it's silently to yourself, to just your family, your community, or coming online to reach the masses of your people, then that's what we must do. It's a little challenging. More times than other. Yeah, I'm drinking tea and another drink. Pineapple mango. Yeah. And then I got my hot tea over here and stuff. I know, right? Yeah, I like variety. Yeah. Mm-hmm. This is her drink right there. That's going to be different for me. 2 drinks at one time, probably all this sitting down and stuff. I like to be up, moving, and on the go. But we're going to finish this book, and then I'm going to get up and go get what I need to get for my garden, y'all, because time is of the essence. No matter what they come up with to resolve this looming threat of no food coming in, no vegetables, fruits, and stuff, we still got to make sure we're going to be okay. They might say, hey, we made a mistake. We're going to start keep the food on track and stuff. That's still not good enough for us. We happy. We relieved, but we still got to continue with our inside gardens also. More better if you got your own land, your own house, even if you rent it, it's yours. You can use that yard for your garden and stuff. Throw a potato out the front and an onion out the back. I'm just saying. And I think we just going to read the simple fundamentals. Just the simple fundamentals. And I saw a sister, she had it on her at the beginning of her video, prosperity, but she didn't read it. It was just there for you to read. So I might do something like that. I don't know. Might just leave it like this. I do got the receipt right here. Copyright disclaimer under 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Non-profit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Right back on the wall right there. So we're going to jump right into reading today. Yep. More Dirty Little Secrets About Black History, Its Heroes, and Other Troublemakers. Volume 2. Dr. Claude Anderson and his son, Brent Anderson. Yeah, let's see if anyone's on here to give some shout outs. Because, once we get going and stuff, and I'm not going to keep you all day. I'm going to try to be, consistent with the reading. Oh, we will finish this today. Oh, my ancestors. Oh, look at that. Let me see now. We were getting up on chapter 11. Almost. Okay, here we are. We're at the end of chapter 10. Doubleday fired cannonballs. It's a little known fact that the Union captain who fired the first shot by the North in the Civil War was none other than Abner Doubleday, who is credited with inventing the game of baseball. In 1861, the Southern Confederates started the Civil War by firing their cannons on Fort Sumter, Sumter, South Carolina. A surprised Union captain gathered his wits and ordered his men to return fire. He aimed and lit the fuse to the first cannon himself. The battle between the attacking Confederate and Union forces in Fort Sumter lasted several hours. The next day, the United States declared war on the Confederacy. What happened to that captain who fired the very first shot for the Union? You would think that history would remember him for returning fire on the Southern rebels. Instead, Abner Doubleday is better remembered for giving the country its favorite springtime pastime, baseball. That's all they remember him for, baseball. Dixie wanted slaves to play soldiers. Throughout most of the Civil War, Southern public policies prohibited blacks from formally joining the Confederate Army. However, Southern whites did take their personal black slaves with them to war. It has been speculated that the first Union soldier killed in combat was killed by a black slave with the Confederacy. Prior to the end of the Civil War, General Robert E. Lee sensed the South was losing, and he asked the Confederate Congress to authorize recruitment up to 3,000 black slaves into the Confederate Army. General Lee knew the Union Army was using blacks as combat troops, while the Southern Confederacy had used slaves strictly as supportive labor. General Lee told the Confederate Congress that black frontline troops were essential to the South winning the Civil War against the Union Army. General Lee argued that any black slaves who fought for the Southern Confederacy ought to be set free after the war. A Mississippi newspaper responded to General Lee's request and published a supporters editorial saying, "Let not slavery prove a barrier to our independence. If it is found in the way, if it proves an insurmountable object of the achievement of our liberty and separate of nationality, away with it. Let it perish." Unfortunately, when the South seemed to be willing to end slavery, it was too late. General Lee had surrendered and the war was over. Fighting song for Black Union soldiers. As the Black Union troops moved into the South to confront Confederate soldiers, the former slaves had a popular marching song sung to the lyrics of the Battle Hymn of the Republic. The former slaves changed the lyrics to, "We are colored Yankee soldiers who've enlisted for the war. We are fighting for the Union. We are fighting for the Lord." I don't know how the song go though. "We can shoot a rebel farther than a white man ever saw as we go marching on." It seemed like it might be that one song they taught in school, but I digress. "Look there over the center where the flag is waving bright. We are going out of slavery. We are bound for freedom light. We mean to show Jeff Davis how the American can fight. No, how the African. We mean to show Jeff Davis how the African can fight as we go marching on." I should probably look that up just to see how it sounds, how it go. And then we could come back when I come back and sing it again on the rereading of this book. A fighting night fighter. Yeah, a fighting night fighter. Private Henry Johnson, a black man from Albany, New York, was assigned to the 369th Infantry and fought what was probably one of the fiercest hand-to-hand combat battles in Europe during the World War I. It was a popular belief at that time that black men could not and would not stand up and fight. Private Johnson's late-night frontline battle with German soldiers proved the myth to be untrue. While on 12 p.m. to 4 a.m. guard duty in enemy territory, German troops attempted to break through the Allies' line at Private Johnson's post. They rushed him, throwing hand grenades while firing their hand weapons. Although bullets were hitting all around, he was outnumbered by at least 30-1. Private Johnson held his ground and began firing back. He did not have a chance to call for reinforcements. He held down the fort on his own. Yes, he held it down on his own, Private Henry Johnson. And he was with the 369th Infantry. I bet you he's probably erased also. All of the soldiers and the airmen. Oh, you better get away from my guard. You know I don't play that shit. I don't play that. I won't even grow you no catnip. If I can't eat, you won't eat. But I digress. Let's go, y'all. I have to get him straight. He ain't paying no bills up in here. Okay, so he didn't call for reinforcements. Private Henry Johnson. And look, this right here is a picture from the Library of Congress. You see it right there? From the Library of Congress. That's the blacks in World War I. Them are brothers right there. Look at them. And look at the faces. Can you see the faces on the white men, the white soldiers? But I digress. Let's read. Private Johnson said being alone in pitch darkness was made worse by the fact that Germans were coming at him from all sides. Frightened for his life, Johnson found and began throwing hand grenades. When all the hand grenades were gone, Johnson picked up his rifle and began firing as fast as he could pull the trigger. When his rifle jammed and the Germans were crawling all over him, he used it as a club. Upon hearing a German soldier yell, "Get him! Get him!" in German, Johnson dropped his rifle and pulled out a bolo knife and began to swing. He stabbed a number of German soldiers in the dark. It was over an hour before relief arrived to help him. When the sun came up the next morning, other soldiers from Johnson's command estimated that Private Johnson single-handedly fought as many as 30 German soldiers, y'all. One man. You got to know the strength in you, the resilience in us. Honey, it's unmatched. Movies. The movies. Several European allied countries recognized Henry Johnson for his valor and surviving what appeared to have been a battle to the death. When Johnson returned home to America alive, however, there were no heroes parades through downtown New York. Such military recognitions and honors were reserved for white war heroes. The only welcome home Henry Johnson received was from his friends and family. And remember, that's how the massacre in the beginning of 1919 of Carswell Grove started, because they had a parade, a celebration for the black soldiers. And white soldiers, white people in general, they couldn't stand it. It was that and it saved their life. But yeah, they couldn't stand it and stuff. They hated it. And then the United States had started them 3 Purple Hearts. I bet you Private Henry Johnson got one. Let's read. British civilians loved black soldiers. In World War II, black soldiers endured the same racism in Europe from white soldiers as they had been exposed to at home in the United States. However, one of the great ironies that came out of World War II was that European citizens resented the way white soldiers treated black soldiers. One British farmer said, "I love the American black soldiers, but I don't like the white soldiers that they brought with them. So left their ass at home." But I digress. The highest levels, that's what he was saying, the highest levels of the American military condoned white soldiers venting their fury on black soldiers, vilified British women who associated with black soldiers, and encouraged hotels and bars not to admit black soldiers. Many British people expressed amazement after meeting black American soldiers and finding them likable humans, that they were not at all like what they had been portrayed to be by white soldiers. They weren't nothing like that. We ain't nothing like they portray us to be. We ain't nothing like they portray us to be. Our hotheads ain't no hotter than they hotheads. Ain't no hotter than theirs. It ain't no black on black crime, white on white crime. Some people just violent. White folks set that mindset that it's okay to be violent like that. Everybody, it's in everybody, every race, every group of people got it. Folks don't go around talking about China on China crime, India on India crime. So just don't be saying black on black crime unless you're going to bring up everybody else's crime on theirs. In that means everybody need to be standing up to stop it anyway and heal their people. Our people need healing. Your people, they people, whoever, your people need healing. Now, I forgot what country it is. Ain't got hardly no violence, crime. I don't even think they carry guns, wherever it said I read about. But everybody's cared for. Nobody's in need. Ain't nobody in need. The Chinese man that outed the United States about them purses, he said, yeah, they did collude with the United States. That's a new word, yeah. They did collude with the United States to make money. He said, but they use their money. They use their money to help their people, the residents. He said, ain't even nobody homeless over there. The poor people even got homes. So there's no reason why it's got to be like over here in America, everybody deserves this. Somebody don't deserve something. You got to wait till they throw their food in the trash to eat. It's just all bullshit that don't even make sense. To me, it's all anti-life. It's all anti-life. It seemed to me like, white America, in America, right here where I'm at, where my people are against each other. And white America thought it would forever be just us receiving this oppression, this lack, this poverty. But now we ain't finna receive no more, because we finna do for us now. We about to do for us now. Martin Luther King, he tried to, everybody did. Everybody that I'm learning about tried to let white America know that you're doing wrong. Michael Jackson put it in the song, "You doing wrong. You're doing wrong." Talking to white people again. And Martin told them injustice against one is injustice against all. They thought he was talking to us. He was talking to white America. Letting white America know everything you doing, you don't watch yourself, you're going to wreck yourself. Who said that? KRS-One? You don't check yourself, you're going to wreck yourself. He was talking to white folks. And then, the other people that came over here acting white, trying to please white people. Now we in a hellhole for real. Don't nobody know what they gonna eat. You better start your garden if you haven't. Tell my aunties, my sisters, my cousins, face said, start your garden anyway. Even if they send all the food trucks over here and stuff, you still keep on with your garden. Because that might be all we gonna have to feed us. I'm just saying, I ain't trying to worry you. I just want to make you wary. Just be wary. Yeah, we know America is falling. Babylon is falling. The country on fire. Folks don't know what to do. But we can't be worried about them. We got to be worried about ourselves. Get your personal garden started. If it ain't no TV, ain't no phone, no internet, no nothing, you and them babies can sit down and read. You can sit down and use your imagination. That's why you got it. Look at that cat hair. Confirmation. So, just do what you got to do for you and your family. And be able to help others if you can. Whenever you can. You take somebody, I got a whole bunch of carrots in this harvest. Got about 15 carrots. I'm going to take 2 or 3, maybe 5, and give it to somebody else. Let them know. Get your garden started. It ain't going to take long once you get it going. I hope it don't take long. I know it won't. It won't take long. The way it's growing now. But let's read. Oh. British civilians love black soldiers. Everybody love black soldiers. Black men. Shout out to the black men just because. Yeah, everybody love black men. Yep, everybody love black men. None more than his black mama. In World War II, black soldiers endured the same racism in Europe from white soldiers. I already read that dinner. Where was I at though? Well, we're going to read it again anyway. Black soldiers endured the same racism in Europe from white soldiers as they had been exposed to at home in the United States. However, one of the great ironies that came out of World War II was that European citizens resented the way white soldiers treated black soldiers. One British farmer said, "I love the American black soldiers, but I don't like the white soldiers that they brought with them. The highest levels of the American military condoned white soldiers venting their fury on black soldiers, vilified British women who associated with black soldiers, and encouraged hotels and bars not to admit black soldiers. Many British people expressed amazement after meeting black American soldiers and finding them likable humans, that they were not at all like what they had been portrayed to be by white soldiers. Some Brits living in rural villages expressed surprise when they discovered that black soldiers did not have tails. It said black soldiers did not have tails. Tails. I heard that when I was young and stuff, that white folks had tails. They grew tails like little pig tails, their little curly tail. I don't know if it's true. I ain't never seen them, but then, I'm a black woman. I would never be there. I would never go there. So I wouldn't know unless it's a new trend, a new style. Everybody love yourself. Be yourself. You're sitting up here getting fake asses. Want to have a butt like a black woman? Be yourself. Let that tail hang out. You don't even need no belt no more. Just wrap that tail around that middle belt hoop right there. And there you go. Now, black people, don't you go wishing for no tails and shit. I'm just saying, this is the age of awakening. our reawakening. But we can't wake up like everybody else. Now we got to wake up on our own. We got to wake up and be in homeostasis with the earth, Mother Gaia, and with the ethers, cosmic energy. That's how we supposed to wake up. And that's simple. You know how to pastor child. They always think the pastor child, oh, that's the pastor daughter. Oh, she the apple of his eyes. And then when she grow up, folks be like, oh, she the biggest tramp you ever seen. All them church girls and stuff. Kind of like that. For us to be the parent of all people, we got another portrayal on us and stuff, but that's not true. That is not true. That pastor's child, she might have strayed like everybody else, but she still come back to her father's teachings. Well, we meditate that she do. So, it's kind of like the same thing with us and stuff. We can't be like everybody the world, white America has portrayed us to be. That's not who we are. It was just a flap, just a bottle. Yeah. All right, let's read. The founding father of the Ku Klux Klan. Well, William Joseph Simmons did revive the Ku Klux Klan in 1915 in this book. I had never read none of these books. I've been asleep for 43 years. When I woke up, I still thought my people was okay. I thought at least somebody that reached the educational pinnacle, a financial pinnacle, or some pinnacle, a preacher even, that they doing right, making sure that black people was taken care of safe out here. But honey, that ain't even the case. Everybody sitting on their motherfucking asses getting whatever lap of luxury they can get in. They don't care who lap they sitting on, long they sitting on somebody's lap of luxury. But I read this book right here, y'all. I even marked the page on page 64. Prosperity. William Joseph Simmons. He was an ex-Methodist preacher, y'all. Then he was he tried to be a doctor. He tried to sell insurance. I said initially his ass was just a failure. A fucking failure. But I read he popped up somewhere else in another book. He was actually a colonel in the war, in the military. And he was a big puffery man with all his charms on him. He wore charms. I can't say he had any medals now. He probably had one or two. But they wasn't like the black men's medals. Sure wasn't, honey. And I'll prove it as soon as I find the book. But he had all them charms on him. He was a big puffery guy. And it said in the book, let me see, I want you to know I'm not lying. It said in the book that he seen the Ku Klux Klan as his child. He loved it. He loved the dominance, the domination, the taunting and torture of black people. So he seen he wasn't no good at nothing else. It didn't give him that satisfaction that he was looking for, to just ravage black bodies like he wanted to. Not being a preacher, not selling insurance and trying to be a doctor, unlike James Marion Sims. So he decided he was going to revive the Ku Klux Klan, and he did in 1915. This is what I want you to know. He said he formed the group in response to a spiritual vision of robed horsemen galloping in the sky, followed by a vision of a map of the United States. Simmons established his Ku Klux Klan shortly after seeing Birth of a Nation and hearing news of the notorious lynching of Leo Frank outside of Atlanta. We got to find that and watch it too. And on Thanksgiving night in 1915, on Thanksgiving night, next time you eating this year, if the ancestors willing, and you eating your Thanksgiving dinner on Thanksgiving night, remember this story right here and break yourself from Thanksgiving. Celebrate Thanksgiving. Have your dinner whenever you want to. If you want to and you decide to, it's okay. You can go out and buy every ingredient you need for your Thanksgiving dinner and cook it tonight. Your husband come home, my brother. He smell that dressing as soon as he get out the car. Who cooking Thanksgiving? In the middle of May. He walk in the house. Oh, honey, sister, it's you. Yes, it's you. Break them curses. Break them. You can leave the turkey out if you want to. Cook everything but the meat. I'm just saying, And then how about for us, since we breaking generational curses, it ain't even Thanksgiving no more. It's forgiving dinner. There you go. Yeah, it's forgiving dinner. We forgiving us for being blind, brainwashed, being content and settled, pacified even. in our indoctrination. We all were indoctrinated. We all were indoctrinated to go through school. Yeah, it began when we were little. We were babies. Everybody was. You know, we got some that were homeschooled, quite a few that was homeschooling. It's picking up again. I want to homeschool. This school right here is meant to be a homeschool. Yeah, it already is for my grandbabies and great-grandson. It already is, but we need schools of our own. But yeah, back to what I was saying and stuff. This man right here, y'all, he did that. He gave a speech on Stone Mountain outside of Atlanta, Georgia on Thanksgiving night. Everything is an illusion. Everything. So before we read about the founding of the Ku Klux Klan, we just gonna read a little bit about his motherfucking ass. William Joseph Simmons. Yep. I bet white folks still name their kids, their sons and stuff after these people. They do. We don't. We don't name our babies after our brothers, uncles, cousins, neighbors, nephews, daddies, granddaddies, great-granddaddies. We forgot them. Yeah, we forgot all of them. John Hartfield. We've been too traumatized. It's not entirely our fault. I'm saying I forgive us because we've been so traumatized and tortured. Reading these books right here, y'all, I understand. I definitely understand why we can't come together. We can't look out for our people. It's a fear we don't even know exists. Why it exists, but it's there because of white America. It's in it's in us now. That fear's been in there so long, we're gonna have to intentionally break it to get out of it. You're gonna have to be intentional with this. Don't be trying to make no fool out of me. You making a fool out of yourself. Now, you can sit here and still be, I don't know that shit. That's you. That's you. You the one got to take that last journey by yourself. I just want you to know, Black America, in all of our reading, our Black Bibles is telling us even the greatness in this right here is letting us know we ain't got no business or no benefit in heaven with white folks. That's what it's boiling down to. All of this that we read, especially your book, your Bible. Where your Bible at? This the Black Bible. But you know, I did buy y'all a little bitty Bible. That little bitty, you know, them little tiny Bibles they sell for $1. There it is. Oh, yeah. It's telling you, you ain't got no business or benefit in heaven with white folks. Everything is telling us, read between the lines. But that's what he said. So he went up on Stone Mountain with 15 of his friends, and they blessed the meeting. They Christianed it or whatever. And the Klan leaders, and this all I'm gonna read right here because I want you to know this, my sister, what the Klan is all about. White men. It's still in them. They ain't had no therapy, no more than we done had therapy, help, resources. Nobody had nothing. The Klan leaders' romantic speeches were strange and flowery. Now, he was a big man now. He once described himself as he who traversed the realm of the unknown, wrested the solemn secret from the grasp of night, and became the sovereign emperor master of the great lost mystery. That's how he claimed himself. He had like a grandiose effect about himself. The way he saw himself, like he just walking through there over everybody and stuff, and they know he loved, the clue. Oh, my child did the ultimate deed last night, and some bullshit like that, when all they did was went through Black communities and killed Black peoples, hung Black men, threw Black babies and burning churches and stuff. That's what they did the night before. But the next day you see his ass strolling down the middle of Front Street with all them fake ass charms on him. Talking about my child did the most ultimate sacrifice last night. Oh, they delivered what he was talking about. So that's what he said. But he who traversed the realm of the unknown, I was wondering, because I had never read these books. And I would wonder what is he talking about, because it sounds like some cosmic stuff. But it ain't. It's not. I ain't even going to keep you suspended no more. This man was talking about the Black woman's body. Yeah. He who traversed the realm of the unknown. He ain't talking about the cosmos up there. He talking about the black woman's body, the realm of the unknown. The black woman's body is something that white men don't know about. Dr. Frances Cress Welsing said that a white man admitted to her that, yeah, Dr. Francis, you're right. White men, most white men, I don't know. Hell, ask them. Shit. White men feel like they ain't had a woman. They still a virgin, I guess. I don't know how they define it and stuff until they sleep with a black. They not a man until they sleep with a black woman. I don't know how they define it now, how they process it now. I do not know. I don't get that deep with it and stuff with them and their intimacies and intimate thoughts and stuff like that. I don't know. That's out of my range. But he who traversed the realm of the unknown, he talking about the black woman's body. The black woman's body. I don't know. It's always been there. Now, for them to say that this is a sexual perversion of what white men were doing to black men, castrating them and stuff, all of that horrific shit that no human being with a soul or a spirit would ever do. Someone that's done sold their soul, like in today's time, a person that's done sold their soul and done got lost and possessed down in this mindset, in the sunken place, most likely would. Yeah. And so he who traversed the realm of the unknown, we know that's the black woman's body, wrested the solemn secret from the grasp of night. It's just like a feather coming down and you grab it. Like he wrested the solemn secret from the grasp of night. Like he just stole her innermost privacy. Yeah. He just took it. You know, he wrested. I don't know. I'm not familiar with that word. I'm familiar with wrestle. But this is wrested. W-R-E-S-T-E-D. Kind of like, you know, if she's struggling and stuff, he'll get her. And he'll loosen up. And the struggle, I guess, probably excited his ass. Who knows? And then it said, and became the sovereign emperor master of the great lost mystery. So because of that, he's the greatest. He's the emperor master of the great lost mystery that's unattainable to most white men. They can't get a black woman. They will never get a black woman. I don't know. But that's what his ass seemed to be talking about. And a lot of these, see, with the Klan, there was a whole lot of subgroups too, y'all. I got some notes over there of them and stuff. It was a whole lot of them. And they not gone. They are still here, still around. They are still around. When I was at a protest some years ago, I think it was during Jamar Clark. And some of them came up in the protest and shot some people. They still around. White people haven't done their duty. They haven't done what they were supposed to do. Them were young boys, young kids, young people, young adults. Damian Allen, the white man, he ain't no motherfucking boy. The white man that they stopped the mass shooting had 18 rifles. He won for 22, had 18 rifles, 12,000 rounds of ammunition. I mean, his motherfucking ass had everything. He had deputy uniforms, the real uniforms, real badge, the real hat, making videos. Then he was communicating with a 14-year-old white girl in Wisconsin. And she had posted that she was planning on targeting a black church near her. But unfortunately for her, she was killed in carrying out one of his missions, I guess. I don't know. Look it up. There's some bullshit. But I'm like, well, damn, I thought white folk were teaching their kids. That's what I thought. That's what you thought too. They wasn't, and they ain't. Nope. For some reason, they trying to make black men, trying to make y'all think they really love y'all, and they always loved y'all, and y'all belong with them. No, you don't. No, you don't. You're going to get your ass with them and stuff, and eventually, finally, down the road, I don't know, 2031, everybody going to be eunuchs. All y'all asses going to be eunuchs. They're going to castrate every last one of y'all motherfucking asses. Your very best white friend might be his grandson, his great-grandson. I don't know. Hell, who going to do it? But they're going to start castrating again. Watch and see. You better get yourself right. Tell your sons. You better tell your sons. Yeah, this is my pineapple mango. It still got ice in it. I don't go to Wendy's no more and stuff, y'all. Wendy's, yeah, I don't want to say too much about it and stuff, but I'll go get me a pineapple mango from them. I like them. I'm going to be doing my own pineapples. Yeah. It's going to take me a while to figure out how to grow pineapple. But I'll be doing my own pineapples. Fuck the dumb shit. We're going to have some comfort at home. You might not have the A1 sauce that you used to, but your ass will be able to come up with some kind of sauce out of your inside garden. Now, come on. We'll be able to survive this. We don't survive a whole lot more. I'm just saying. But yeah, that was Private Johnson. Then we read about British civilians love black soldiers, and they finally realized that white soldiers had tails. Now we reading about the founding father of the Ku Klux Klan. But back to them tails, my cat ain't even got no tail. I'm just saying, though, I digress. The founding father of the Ku Klux Klan. The main character in the Academy Award-winning movie Forrest Gump shared a name with an infamous Confederate general, Nathan Bedford Forrest. Forrest Gump, the movie character, was mentally challenged and highly principled, while his namesake, Nathan Bedford Forrest, was an uneducated, unprincipled disciplinarian. Nathan Bedford Forrest established a national reputation as a Confederate general in the Civil War and the 1864 massacre of 262 captured Black Union soldiers at Fort Pillow, Tennessee. Even before he slaughtered the defenseless Black soldiers, Nathan Bedford Forrest had been a slaveholder and international slave trader. As a racist, Forrest was predisposed to any policy or activity that allowed him to hurt or kill Black people with impunity. As a racist, Forrest was predisposed to any policy or activity that allowed him to hurt or kill Black people with impunity. He was already doing it. Roots of the Ku Klux Klan, Library of Congress. You can go to the Library of Congress and see all these pictures right here and stuff. We might make a day of that too. This right here kind of put me in mind of that one picture with the elderly Black couple, our greatest Nana and Papa, the granddad and grandmother, and they were sitting together with Santa Claus, and they forced them to look like they was, and under the caption like they was happy, and you know it was agreed to do this, and it looked just like this to me. It looked just like this to me. If I ever see it again, I'll try to screenshot it. In the spring of 1867, the first national gathering of the United Ku Klux Klan of America was held in the Maxwell House in Nashville, Tennessee. I thought it was no, I'm thinking about something else. Based upon his military and racist reputation, Nathan Bedford Forrest was given the title of Emperor Grand Wizard and chosen to head the newly formed organization. As a brilliant military tactician, Forrest brought his talents to bear in organizing the Klan. No one knew better how, through elusive tactics, boldness, and secrecy, to intimidate and instill fear in an enemy. No one knew better than him. While Forrest's foremost goal was to protect and elevate white women, he also wanted to use the Klan organization to establish the Black codes and a peonage system that would force ex-slaves to return to his cotton plantation as cheap labor, sharecroppers, or convict labor. Yeah, work for cheap, or maybe be indebted to them. Sharecroppers, where they make you think you actually own something, but you are paying them more than you actually getting yourself from your fruit. And convict labor if you're locked up and you leased out. Prisoners treated better than Black folks. For more than 4 centuries, Black people living in America have fought to secure rights and privileges for other people that they themselves do not have in America. You hear that? For more than 4 centuries, 400 years, Black people living in America have fought to secure rights and privileges for other people that they themselves do not have in America. Yeah, but we don't fought for everybody else to give them what they need, and they never had it. That's why I said, if anybody found the motherfucking love, now's the time. Now is the time if you're going to do anything to show your sincere love, white woman, white man, white people, all y'all other people out there. Because we ain't got no more to do. We ain't got no more to prove, sacrifice, compromise, or tolerate with y'all asses. Sure don't, honey. Put your voice and your vote. Where we at? We need it. Either you do it or we going to do it ourselves anyway. But this right here just determines how shit is going to be after this. How is things going to be after this? Because from where I'm sitting at and the way I feel right now, stuff, all this betrayal and shit, I won't spare no mercy with the ancestors. I'm getting completely out the way. You get behind me, I'm going to push you right out. I'm going to push you right over there where the ancestors need you to be. Because you won't be getting no protection, no excuses and justification. Oh, it was a long time ago and I wasn't here. I wasn't here either. What you must do is repent and repay. Show some remorse. Have some remorse. Make an atonement. White America. Babylon is falling because of you. This whole world is upset and off its rocker because of you. While this fact might be generally known, and they got a baby. Yep, the brother and the sister, they got a baby right here with them. Because they meant for it to be forever and ever and ever. Like heaven gonna be when you take your ass up there. While this fact might be generally known, it is surprising to some to learn that during World War II, German and Italian prisoners of war were scattered across America, and white Americans treated them better than they treated native Black American citizens and soldiers. Now you got prisoners of war, and they treat them better than they treat Black soldiers, Black people. Starting in 1943, the United States government secretly distributed nearly 500,000 prisoners in camps throughout the South. To the American government, German prisoners were whites and therefore entitled to all the advantages, privileges, and value that white skin symbolized and conferred. In the camps, they were provided good food, books, unsupervised work opportunities, and regular recreational activities. Just because they white, just hate Black people, do what we do to Black people, and whatever you got to serve for your sentence and stuff, we'll make it as easy and light for you as we can. Seemed like it to me. Unlike Blacks in the surrounding communities and throughout the South, the German and Italian prisoners could sit in the front of the bus, in the best seats on the trains, and at lunch counters, and in restaurants, and they could attend white-only theaters. And this was the prisoners. They wasn't even free. They wasn't even free, but they could do these things here when Black people couldn't. The United States treated German and Italian prisoner of wars better than Black soldiers. On United States military bases, Black soldiers ate in segregated mess halls, while German and Italian prisoners of wars ate with white soldiers. Now, ain't prisoners of wars soldiers that's taken as prisoners? Make it make sense. I mean, make it make sense. Been asked. It's been asked for quite a long time. We've been trying to figure these people out. We can't. Moreover, prisoner of wars ate better quality meals than Black soldiers. Off the milk, well, why even get them as prisoners of wars then? If you're gonna treat them as regular old white men, hell, were they even locking them up? Were they even locking the cells? Off the military bases, Black servicemen were often beaten and killed simply for violating this country's segregation laws. There's no known record of a German or Italian prisoner of war beaten or killed while attempting to attend a movie or enter a white restaurant. Whether the nation was at war or peace, Whites maintained tight control over Black Americans and kept them segregated and subordinated. A white man speaking to a crowd of Blacks in New Orleans, Louisiana, underscored this point with devastating brutality when he said, "You niggers are wondering how you are going to be treated after the war. Well, I'll tell you, you're going to be treated exactly like you were treated before the war. This is a white man's country, and we expect to rule." That's why we're going to move out the way and let cosmic energy handle y'all motherfucking asses. Let Mother Earth, Mother Gaia, handle y'all motherfucking asses. Because you're too much. You think you're more than God. Over everybody. You even got a pipe. Claim you got control of every soul on this planet. Yeah, can't nobody be cosmic energy. No, not in this realm right here. You can't be cosmic energy over everybody. All these souls in America and in the world, I guess. The pipe. Pope. It don't make no sense to me. One person? Oh, yeah, make it make sense. I'm not being disrespectful. I'm just saying, as a Black woman, none of this seems pro-life to me. Oh, but now I think you got a Black Pope, y'all. You got a Black Pope, yeah. Well, I mean, use that wordplay and stuff, but yeah, he's a Creole and a couple of other nationalities in him and stuff. I don't know what that means for you and stuff. I still think you should look for your own sovereignty. Look within yourself. Quit looking to other people to, oh, he's the Pope. We got a new Pope. He's the best. He's going to save everything. So you got to save you. You the one got to go across to the other side. You the one, you know, not to kill, steal, and destroy. Your mama taught you that before you even went to school. Kindergarten, preschool and stuff. Your mama already taught you them things and stuff, them fundamental things. It's time for us to learn, Black people, I'm saying. It's time for us to learn, read, and gain knowledge of other things. Where it's read some at, because I always have to keep it close. We need to start reading our Black Bibles now. Ain't nothing new. Nobody gonna tell us about this Bible. Nothing new, because they sure ain't gonna tell us not to go to heaven. And you know they not. Did Japanese internment save America? The Japanese internment save America. I-N-T-E-R-M-E-N-T. Internment. Internment. I don't know. Yeah. When Japanese attacked Pearl Harbor and drew the United States into World War II, the federal government took some protective measures for internal security. It required Japanese Americans to move into relocation camps. For more than 60 years, the justice and fairness of government action towards Japanese Americans has been questioned, debated, and eventually became the basis for reparations. Black slavery and Jim Crow segregation has yet to receive serious political considerations, apologies, or reparations. Told you. The temporary relocation of the Japanese Americans during World War II is often referred to as the most shameful episode in American history. This statement is inaccurate, naive, and insulting to Black Americans. While it is true that Japanese Americans and those of Japanese origin were forced to temporarily live in relocation camps, they were not beaten and murdered, castrated and lynched. They was not denied an education, religion, community, culture, language, income, family units, or the fruits of their labor. Only Black people was. The questions that have yet to be asked and answered are, first, whether the relocation of Japanese Americans for a temporary period actually saved America during World War II. And second, whether the United States should have taken similar measures to ensure its internal security following the September 11, 2001 terrorist attacks by Arab Muslims on the New York Trade Center towers. While similar internal security measures have not been enacted since September 11, 2001, may in part be due to a lack of understanding as to why isolation measures were instituted after the terrorist attack on Hawaii. In the fall of 1941, President Franklin Roosevelt was concerned about the vulnerability posed to the nation by persons of Japanese origin living in the United States as hostilities between Japan and the United States escalated. President Roosevelt knew that a country is weakest from the inside. Therefore, it would be very difficult, if not impossible, to stop terrorist attacks once terrorists were inside an open society. President Roosevelt, therefore, ordered Curtis B. Munson, M-U-N-S-O-N, in the Department of State to conduct a secret investigation to assess the potential of persons of Japanese origin living in America to conduct terrorist activities against the United States. In his report, Munson indicated the vast majority of the 127,000 Japanese living in the United States in 1941 would probably remain loyal to the United States. However, on the downside, Munson estimated there were an estimated 600 potential terrorists and a core group of older Japanese Americans born in Japan who represented a potential danger. Apparently, this population of older Japanese would identify more with Japan, their country of origin, their religion, and their emperor more than they would identify with the United States of America. Consequently, President Roosevelt signed Executive Order 9066, authorizing all persons of Japanese origin to be relocated to internment camps while the nation was engaged in a war with Japan. So they wouldn't take Japan's side. The intent of the order was to reduce any possibility of sabotage and espionage within the continental United States. The United States Supreme Court supported Roosevelt's executive order. The United States did not suffer any major incidents of sabotage or espionage on its soil during World War II. The question that cannot be answered, though, is whether the reason the country did not suffer major acts of terrorism and sabotage was because potential terrorists were not allowed to roam free. Or was it because Japanese Americans would never have done anything to help Japan or harm the United States? With 2 to 3 million Arabs living in the United States, what lessons ought to be learned from the Japanese interment of World War II? A Black Harper's Ferry hero's quote. A Black Harper's Ferry hero's quote. Before being hanged for his involvement with John Brown to secure weapons from the Harper's Ferry Armory to arm escaping slaves, John Copeland Jr., a black man, said, "I am dying for freedom. I could not die for a better cause." And we got John Brown's book. It's still packed up. I still got boxes of books to unpack and stuff, but it's a slow process. So thank you for your patience. A Black Soldier's Prayer. We've been praying so long. Black Americans have always taken pride in fighting America's foreign enemies outside of the country while they fought their own battles against racist white Americans inside this country. Right here. Talking about white folks. In January 1943, the following draftee's prayer of a Black American soldier appeared in a local Black newspaper, y'all. It said, "Dear Lord, today I go to war, to fight, to die. Tell me what for. Dear Lord, I'll fight. I do not fear Germans or Japs. My fears are here in America." We're on chapter 11. Oh, my ancestors. We made it to chapter 11. Yep. I'm just going to read the mini facts right here. Sports and sporting life. Those who fail to seize the moment lose their chance. It'll come back around. It'll come back around. What's for you is for you. It'll come back around again and stuff. If you still stay focused on it and putting forth effort towards it, then it'll come back around. If you don't, when it come back around, you're going to be too discombobulated to grab it. Yeah, so you got, even if you miss it and stuff, you got to stay on path, and it'll come back around. You stay on path. If you dog that path, it'll come even faster back to you. Just don't give up. You got to keep striving. Yeah, but anyway, I digress. Many facts. Charles Follis, Follis, born in 1879, grew up to become the first black professional football player in the United States. He played for a team known as the Shelby Blues. Charles Follis, Follis. In 1915, D.W. Griffin's film, Birth of a Nation, portrayed blacks in such a negative and offensive manner that it generated race riots and a rebirth of the Ku Klux Klan. And see, we just read about it in Red Summer. Yeah, he revived. William Joseph Simmons revived the Ku Klux Klan because he seen Birth of a Nation, and then he heard about the lynching of Leo Frank. In 1927, Abe Saperstein organized a performing black basketball team called the Harlem Globetrotters. The team was made up of some of the best black players in the nation. Yep, and that was 1927. I don't think I ever was really familiar with the Harlem Globetrotters, but I don't really care for any sports and stuff. But they were my brothers. Yes. Abe Saperstein. On July the 25th, 1935, Leonard Tyner, Tyner, a 13-year-old African-American from Chicago, Illinois, became the world's marble shooting champion. Shooting marbles. I always heard about it when I was little, but I never did it and stuff. I like to play jacks. All right, that's it, y'all. Yep, that is it. And tomorrow we will finish. This will be it. Yeah, this ain't about, I know I can read them little 9 pages, tomorrow. And then the rest of that will be references. Thank you so much. Thank you. I hope that wasn't too painful and stuff, because I was, kind of like all over the place and stuff, honey. And I think I'm going to move my garden on the inside because it's going to storm. The wind might pick up a little bit more. And I don't want to come home and everything just be out. So he got to go in the closet. I gave him that big closet and stuff right there because it ain't even finna be no questions and me at work thinking, oh my, did he get out? And all of this and stuff. So yeah, but I'll see y'all tonight. And go ahead, start your garden and stuff. Like I said, process everything that we read because you don't need to have it on you and stuff. And we're going through troubling times now, uncharted waters. This is unprecedented. All of this is. We never been through this stuff before. Nobody has. Some older people have been through the recessions before and stuff. I think we had a recession in 2008. But being a black woman, I really couldn't tell, I don't live lavishly and stuff like that. So we survive things. We find a way to survive things. And we will this also. Just take the steps you need to take to make sure you have your fundamental necessities. The necessities, your food, your garden, learn how to bake bread from scratch. Every time you see a bag of chickpeas, get them. Get them. I saw a sister, I think it was chickpeas. I find the recipe in there. I'm going to stick that up on the wall too so I can make my own bread if I want bread. But I just need the vegetables and the fruits. And, we're going to try to get us a hydroponic going for some light to keep our cabbage and, our garden. Your spinach and stuff like that, you want to keep it with running water. So I want to try to build me something like that. It might be a little small one, I don't know. And then prosperity. And then we want to have us a water filtration system because we're going to have water also. And them just some of the things that we're working on stuff. But let's just get us some gratitude and a song so we can go out and stuff. It's beautiful outside. The sun ain't really shining here today. It's a little cloudy. It's windy. Nice day for a walk. Gratitude shields you from your negativity, from anybody's negativity. Any negativity, side eyes, curses, cusses, and curses. Yep. Gratitude gonna bounce them right up off of you, like you throw a ball up against the wall and it just bloop, go back and hit them in the head. Yep. Gratitude shields you from negativity. It makes you at least 25% happy. Just be grateful. No matter what you're going through and stuff, be grateful. And it's gonna give you some happiness. Be sincere in your gratitude now. This ain't gonna work if y'all, Faith, I tried it, it didn't work. Yeah, was you sincere? You did it one time and just left it on the ground? That's like bouncing a basketball and then walking away. And the ball just keep bouncing until it just bounce no more. So, you got to keep this going like a bicycle. You don't keep paddling, your ass gonna fall over. So, you got to keep your gratitude going. Gratitude rewires your brain. It eliminates stress and it heals. It improves love. I know I'm thinking about love over here, ain't it? Natalie Cole, Our Love. I was thinking about the song. Yeah, I was just thinking about the song. Gratitude improves sleep. It boosts self-esteem and performance. Gratitude enhances the law of attraction, y'all. Yes, honey, whatever you grateful for and you sincere in it, you consistent in it, honey, oh, you finna get some more of that. You finna get some more of that and the same. Yeah, whatever you grateful for, be grateful for it. It's yours. You ain't even got to voice it out loud. You can just be doing it to yourself. You ain't even got to tell nobody. You ain't got to let everybody know, yes, honey, I'm grateful for that $200 check I got in the mail today. Came out of nowhere. You ain't got to tell nobody all that. They don't need to know. They ask you, what's going on with you today? You flying high today, ain't you? You done hit that top spot 3 times this hour because you work for production. How you get on the production list 3 times today? What's going on with you over there and stuff, honey? I'm just grateful. And just let them know. Be grateful. Everybody can be grateful. It ain't going to take away from you because you tell other people to be grateful. That's how you get what you need. Pretend like you already got everything. Live like you already got what you want, what you need. Be grateful for it. And just wait on it to come. Yep, go on and get set up. Prepare the nest. Like the birds do, they preparing their nest because they know they're going to have some babies coming. And, and that's a benefit to them. So, yeah, just get your mind in the right place and stuff. You ain't got to tell me. I know it's very difficult to unlearn everything we've learned and relearn it all again. Imagine if you're 65 years old and now you got to go through this. So, see, let's be grateful that we even got the chance and the opportunity because it very well might be our last, Black America. I ain't trying to scare you or nothing like that. I ain't trying to worry you. Just be aware. And gratitude, it improves relationships. Yes, gratitude improves relationships. Just start being grateful. Start being grateful. Even if you get the smallest apple, be grateful that you even got some. How your body reacts to singing. And y'all know, since I found out, I've been telling y'all, keep a song in your heart. Sing when you out and stuff. What you putting the music on and stuff for? You already know these songs. Sing your songs and stuff, your mama's songs and stuff. Now, if you putting on that bullshit music, all that noise and stuff, you need to turn that shit off because it ain't doing you no good. It's keeping you in the lower vibrations and you can't rise above it. I don't know. Go viral. Make you a video throwing away all that bullshit. That ain't no good. I mean, hell, you twerking more than you meditating and stuff. I'm just saying, you twerk like you exercising. Outside. And little or nothing. Throw all that music that got you doing all that stuff. Burn it. Go viral and let Black people know we don't need this shit no more. I wish I had some shit up in here. I wish I had WAP up in here. Yeah. I'll let y'all see me burning all that shit, letting y'all know we don't need this shit no more. Yeah, throw that shit down and stuff. Pick up some Earth, Wind, and Fire. Put on you some Earth, Wind, and Fire. Your mama music. Your grandmama music. Don't you miss your auntie music and stuff? How you used to hear your, woo, that's my soul. Because she hears some Johnny Taylor on the radio. I'm just saying, just give it a try. That's music for us. Music was ours. It still lives. We got to get it back. We got to get it back, Black America. But singing joyful, expressive songs, y'all, can nourish your heart. It can balance your emotions and uplift your spirit. Honey, can't you hear LTD? The Commodores, Earth, Wind, and Fire, Barry White. Oh, Stephanie Mills. I mean, can't you hear our great singers, our songbirds? And make you just get goosebumps and stuff. Everybody got to wait. Everybody got to wait till the bridge is over. Because when it comes to the bridge, that's when you go deep. I mean, everybody got to wait. Yeah, they might well just write you a note and let you put yes or no and give it back to them because I got to sing this. Anybody interrupt this song right here? I'm playing the whole song over again. I'm just saying it's the music, y'all. The music. Singing helps expand your lungs and improve oxygen intake. When you singing, your lungs get that full effect of oxygen. because you breathing it in. You got to take a deep breath to hold that note with Denise, Denise Williams. Black Butterfly. Honey, you got to take a deep breath to hold that note. You know what I'm talking about? Your lungs love it. They love it when you get that deep and then you let it out. Oh, they be thinking, oh, prana. Like Ralph Smart said, inhaling that good ass prana, baby. You know, I'm just saying. Yeah. Your liver. Singing helps regulate emotions like frustration, anger, and stress out of your liver. I didn't know that. I did not know that. I didn't know these things. I'm just learning these things. That's what's wrong with sister now. When you see sister out there, you've been living next to her for 2 years. Every time she say something to you, she cussing you out and stuff. The girl is frustrated. My sister is frustrated, angry, full of stress, or she just don't like people and stuff. But try to talk to us. We got to try to communicate with us. We do. We the ones that's being affected, and we so intense with each other. We got to find some kind of way to do it. Music. Music is an icebreaker. Everybody loves music. Ask her what's her favorite song. And don't get in her 3 feet of space trying to ask her. Don't get all in her personal space trying to ask them, what's your favorite song? I'm just asking. No, be respectful. Be mindful. You know, we're trying to help each other, not harm each other. I don't want to provoke you and piss you off just to teach you a lesson. You know, if she don't want to tell you what her favorite song is, tell her what yours is. Shit, start singing Good Times. Everybody loves good times. I'm just saying, you know, we got to try to make amends with us. Because, honey, we're under a whole illusion. If black men are turned into eunuchs, this whole manipulation, this illusion is cracking. I don't know what's behind it. But if black men are turned into eunuchs, it won't be no more black babies. Won't be no more black people. Where they gonna come from? And black woman, my sister, whoever raping you, done got control over you and yours, them ain't gonna be black babies. You basically the last of black people. So see, you gotta look out for yourself, Black America. You must look out for yourself. I don't know why white women acting like we so love black men now. He's not yours, he's ours. We love him. No, you don't. Where? Where's the love? And your sons, your white sons that you give birth to are still out here doing these cannibalistic actions against black men and stuff. You lie. You lie. It's being exposed now. You can't pull the wool over our eyes no more and act like, oh, you so innocent for all the love you have for the black men and black women. You can't protect them. You never loved them, honey. Speak for your motherfucking self. Because that's my brother. Them is my brothers out there. Yeah, see, we can't let them take this over like it's the white woman and the black man. How the fuck? Your ass belong with the white man. Ain't that what y'all started out as? Keep white pure. If you got a drop of black blood, ooh, you is out of there. Keep that same energy today. Keep that same motherfucking energy. You belong with the white man. I belong with the black man. I'm here to make black babies, heal black people. Your white ass is here to make white babies and heal white people. White people need healing more than anybody on the planet. White people need healing because you're a threat to everybody. You're a threat to everything. I just read yesterday, and it was an old newspaper. I just picked it up and started reading. And it said that it's been like 65 species of plants, I think. I have to find a newspaper where if I see it again. And even plants, not only the trees, animals, the waters, the atmosphere, the food, everything is fucked up, contaminated, polluted. You done extincted plants. Plants gone. So, you know, I'm just saying, we got to get back to us, y'all. But let's wrap this up so I can get outside. You feel that cool breeze? I know you can't, but the wind is blowing really good. It's going to rain, feel good outside. Liver. Your liver. Singing helps regulate emotions like frustration, anger, and stress out of your liver. Not to mention the medicines that you're taking. You're taking all these medicines and stuff. You better get in touch with Brother Yaki. Let him know what's going on with you. Everybody doing it now. That's why you got to start doing it with these things when you find out about it. I procrastinate a lot too. I'm trying to break out of that shit. That's a generational curse. I got to break within myself because I just procrastinate sometimes. But as soon as you find out, you got to get on this stuff. That's just like when I was telling you, tell your pastor you want your tithes back. You want a refund on your tithes. You go use that money, go start your whole garden and stuff. Yep, honey, you can get your chickens, beehives, everything with that money you done tithed in church. Do it before everybody else start going to tell the pastor they want their money back. Can you imagine? TD Jakes done step down and stuff, and some of his congregation finna be like, oh, well, I'm finna leave this shit. I'm done. I'm going to get my money back. Ask for my refund. Because, see, some of us be keeping up with how much we tithe, too. Now, I'm just saying, you know they keeping up with it in the books. The treasury of the church keep up with it every Sunday. So, yep, go ask for your tithes back. Don't be mad at me, Pastor. I'm just saying, I'm just letting the people know. When you hear things, you should take it into consideration. Because when you finally do make a move like I did once, I had to wait forever, it seemed like. Because other people found out and went and did it too. So, you know, yeah, I waited. Because I knew that was on me. Shoot, I should have went on and told First Lady, look here, First Lady, I wrote you a letter. And I got all my documents right here and everything. I want my money back. Can I get my tithes? And then go tell everybody, yeah, y'all, First Lady gave me my tithes back. Y'all better go get y'all refund. She should want you to have it. Instead of her being like, oh, no, we don't have the tithes anymore. We had to pay for this big old church. How it ain't paid for? Where my money at? This big old church. I mean, I'm just saying. I'm just giving some examples and stuff. You know, so yeah, all of this stuff right here stores up in your liver. You angry, you bitter, you don't want to talk. You don't want to come outside unless you got to and stuff. Oh, yeah, that's the time right there. Because, you know, I said I'm going to try to cut it short. And 1:30 is the limit. So let me give you this last little nugget on your kidneys. Singing can strengthen kidney energy by fostering vocal expression of singing. When you singing, it does all of these benefits and healing practices for your organs, your heart, your lungs, your liver, and your kidneys. That's what singing does for you. Music activates your entire brain. I don't know. I ain't found another activity that it activates your entire brain at once. Not even sex. Not eating food. I don't know about risk takers like Evel Knievel. When they hit that high peak and they at the height of that, you know, that adrenaline and stuff. I don't know if their whole brain is activated or not. But I know music activates your entire brain because it's one of our keys. Music was for us. We invented, we created it, and it's got our magical silver lining inside of it. That's why it resonates with us and stuff. White folks just act like it resonates with them to keep it from us. That's why they've altered it. They've altered the music and stuff. But you can't go back to your mother's music. That's what I do. I'm going to play some now as I get ready to go. But I love y'all. I thank you so much. Enjoy your day. And like Lemonade said, be perfect. Be grateful. Be happy. Be loving. Be nourished for whatever it is. Be that on purpose. Intentionally. Yeah, I like to say when, you know, like somebody say, well, good day, Face. How you doing? I'm like, oh, I'm wonderful. I like to say I'm wonderful. I started a long time ago and stuff instead of saying I'm fine, I'm okay. You know, I just like to say I'm wonderful. Well, you know, now I be like I'm wonderful on purpose. Because that's what Lemonade said. And so, you know, I tell other people that and stuff. Yeah, I'm wonderful on purpose, honey. Yes, if they want to talk a little bit, I'll let you know why. I'm wonderful on purpose. Because, see, all of this greatness is still ours. It's still within our reach. It don't mean that because America is falling from the burn to the motherfucking ground, going to hell in a handbasket. It don't mean we got to go with her. No, it don't mean we got to go with it. It just means we got a lot of work to do. We're going to have to build this all up again. Yes, we're going to have to build this all up again, but let's get out the way, focus on us, get prepared, get in position, you know, get to prepping, you know, so the ancestors and cosmic energy can do what they need to do because vengeance truly belongs to my ancestors. confirmation. I know it's time to go. Vengeance belongs to my ancestors. Yes, I know the Bible taught us, because it taught me too when I was in church, that vengeance belongs to the Lord. And that very well may be so. I ain't saying it ain't. But vengeance belongs to my ancestors as well. Oh, yes. And I come up with my own thoughts and stuff from everything that I'm reading. I ain't saying nobody else saying these things and nobody else is thinking these things. This is how I think. This is how I feel. Vengeance belongs to my ancestors too. Get them some. Quit holding everything from my ancestors and stuff like they haven't sacrificed the ultimate betrayal. But yeah, I love my ancestors and I love you to life. I love you to life and afterlife. I don't want you to be trapped here and in the afterlife. I wouldn't want that for y'all. I couldn't keep it to myself to tell y'all you ain't supposed to be in heaven with white folks. How could I keep that to myself? How the hell, even if I'm up there in the 12th and never, flying free by myself, honey. I'm just flying free by myself. I'm riding on stars through the multiverse. I'm sliding down rainbows, honey. I'm making black holes, honey. I'm going so fast. I'm flying so fast in the multiverse, honey. Black holes is just forming. Everywhere I am and stuff, I'm just flying. I don't want to be up there free by myself, just happy, not a care in the world, and then flying over heaven and see y'all down there. No, I want y'all to be free too in the afterlife. We all gonna slide down some rainbows. I'm just saying, but I love y'all. Peace and power to the people. And I'll see you tonight so we can finish that book. It's the end of that.